Fit like update, Danny Boy here. We're back with more Transport Fever on the modded map, and today we're going to be going over the Russia and Asia reworked lines. So they are complete. This is the train that goes from Minsk to Amsterdam. So I've got this blue one, and also I downloaded for the Steam Workshop its counterpart, which is exactly the same train, just in a different colour. So here it is, exactly the same. Maybe if I zoom out a bit, there we go. And then the other train I'll blow past in a second. There it goes. So they'll be the same train, they're just in two different colours. Not sure why it is, but that's the line that runs from Minsk to Amsterdam. So if I head over here to Minsk, as per usual, we've got our Minsk to Boston ferry that does not too bad, and we've got our Minsk to New York City ferry, which doesn't do that great, and it's getting kind of old, so I might actually replace it with something. What, I don't really know. This was this Russian ship. Ooh, capacity 500. Am I to believe that? It'd be awesome if it did. That'd be cool. I might change it for this. 16 top speed is 16 miles per hour. It's not great. This thing's 17. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Replace now, and yes. So that's set to replace. These things are doing okay. The Zurichs. Here we are in Minsk. If you see here, we've got one of these. This thing is awesome. I think it looks well cool. A proper Soviet Union train. It's got the red star on the front. There should be a little hammer and sickle in the circle there. Probably can't see it. But this thing's pretty awesome. We've got the matching coaches as well. So that's pretty cool. And he is heading from Kiev to Minsk, or Minsk to Kiev. I've also run out this line as well, which comes along here and it goes underneath. There's the other train running back to Minsk. It runs underneath Kiev, pops out and goes into here at St. Petersburg. And I will actually run a train that goes from Minsk to Moscow later on in the game when things get a bit more, we'll say, faster. So this is Beijing to Kiev. I'm not sure if it kind of train this way is. We'll find it in a second when it turns round. If it turns round, come on. There it is. We're running another one of these. This is an electric train. It's a lot faster than these steam engines. Sorry, it runs from Moscow to Kiev. So I'll show you that line in a sec. Here is the standard, the CY, which we're running on the branch line between St. Petersburg and Kiev. So we've still got these on the go. I quite like them, so I wanted to keep one or two lingering. Here's this electric train. You can probably hear it before you can see it. This will be a Tokyo branch line train. Yes, it is, which is the same as the Beijing train. Wow, this thing is loud. But you get these in different variants. They come as a multiple unit. You can get it in 4 carriages, 6, 8, 10, 12, I believe. I think this is the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is. It's actually the 8, because these get classed as carriages as well. So it's pretty cool, this thing. It's pretty fast. He's going to head to Moscow. He's going to go underneath. It goes under a tunnel here, underneath Moscow, and pops out at the other side. We've upgraded St. Petersburg Airport, but we haven't actually got anything going to it yet. This is the Moscow to St. Petersburg branch line train. And if we see here, this is the other electric train returning from Moscow to Kiev. We've also got the buses going as well. Obviously when I got a Russian bus, So we've got Russian trucks. This scene is delivering food. Now before we go and look at the industry, I will head over here. So here's our trains, one going to Kiev from Beijing. This scene should be, this is it on its return leg. That gets a full load every time. It's pretty awesome. This again is the same kind of train running from Kiev to Tokyo. And we've sort of messed about with Tokyo for a bit. We've got trams going to the airport and that now. Needs a bit of TLC, needs a bit of smoothing. Smooth that out a touch. Which wouldn't actually matter because when I come to upgrade it to add the second runway, it will need smoothed again. So that is that. When I got any flights going to Tokyo yet, or goods, if you see here, this is the this is the Kiev train coming in here. This is coming from Vienna. This is a Russian train. It is really fast. It's a double-headed unit that you can either use as a one, or you can split it in half and stick the reverse side in the back of the train. I've just got it on here like this just now. It's a lot faster than the previous train. We'll head on board. There it goes. It's a diesel train. That's just a tram. There's another tram. Is somebody using a tram? No. I'm using this tram too. Okay. Now I cannot actually see. There's a weird blue thing happening here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. I can. Alright, cool. I've just sort of run trucks out to here. I haven't actually completed them yet. Although the train going to Tokyo to Beijing is complete, although I don't see it anywhere, which is slightly confusing. Beijing to Kiev. Here we've got the Vienna to Beijing Express, which again is another Russian train. It's kind of the same as that blue one, but it's actually a different version. There are two sort of different versions on there. So here is this one. They're quite fast. Details 2 years. Top speed is 87 miles per hour. So that's pretty good. Or at least I think it's pretty good. So even though they're running up to Europe, there are no like Japanese or Chinese trains on the go yet. We're using this again. I just replaced this. So this is the thing. It's like an electric train from Baku. It carries like 124 people. So even though it's not Chinese or Japanese, because we don't have the ability to use that yet, it still looks pretty cool. So this is getting a full load all the time now. This I think is quite close to getting a full load. 100, that's pretty good. We've got the Saurer 2 shells running in there just now. Now there's no goods, and the only flight that leaves goes to London. So we will get more flights on the go. The Tokyo train actually runs, if we click on this and go to that, as he cruises past, it comes out here, runs parallel to the goods station. It's actually, we're technically running underneath the airport right now. This was like the only really, every time I try to do the rail underneath Beijing, the game crashed if I try to put it underneath the city. So it sort of was like a compromise just to run it underneath the airport, and it seems happy with that. There's the goods station there. The airport is actually behind us. Now there is a bit of a hill, but most of the track is relatively flat, and this train can keep at its top speed no problem. So obviously the more efficient your trains are, the more people will use them, which is good. Apart from this Moscow to Kiev train, which has never really done anything. Right, some food waiting there. We've upgraded these trucks. We're currently waiting for an oil tanker to return. Kiev fuel shipping's got 242. That's food. Here it goes now, 252. This will drop off more food. These ships are working better now. The next fuel tanker will come in here and wipe out most of the fuel that's sitting there. They're getting full loads all the time. Minsk and Kiev both getting full loads for these ships. Maybe now if I change them to the 500 capacity ship, but that'll be close enough. Now there used to be trucks, used to run up and down here. They are kaput, history, and they've been replaced by this. That building there. No, it's been replaced by this, which is like a double header diesel. Sort of looks like an Alco, but it's Russian. So this picks up food from here, trots it round the corner to here, delivers it to that harbour. Much better. Well, at least I think it's much better. We've still got trucks running in here. We're using the Mazes on routes that are not too busy, and we're using the sort of bigger truck, if I can find it. SDP Road 3's got a lot. Your Road 3. So we haven't upgraded them yet. We probably should. Replacement. Replace now. Yes. So they're getting replaced. Here's the food train that goes to Moscow. So we've got this OP22, as it says on the side there. It doesn't look very clean, but oh well. He's loading up with food just now. These are refrigerated containers, or refrigerated boxcars. So he's loading up with food. He'll head down. We've got our fuel trucks running here. They seem to be keeping up fine with the amount of fuel that gets delivered. They're delivering the fuel there. Some food is getting delivered here, some to there. There's a sort of traffic jam of trains going on there. Oh well. Let's see if we can find the actual fuel train. I'll get rid of that depot. Mark things a bit neat and tidier. Right. Here's one fuel train. Sitting waiting patiently for a full load. It's an electric train, double headered. You are heading to St. Petersburg fuel train. So he'll be running from here, going down there. I just left that line, I was quite happy with it. Also I left this line as well, and just upgraded the train on it. So we're running this, the double headered Russian engine. 420 fuel this thing carries. It's pretty epic. There only is 117 waiting, but I suppose the harbour is waiting for ships to come and pick stuff up. They are. I could probably throw... That's just what we're going to eat. If we DS quickly. Fuel, 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 and fuel. We'll keep the demand up by set line all. Kiev fuel shipping. Buy another one. Set line all. Minsk fuel shipping. We'll set them on their way. You're heading for St. Petersburg. Ship 102. That's fine. Rather slow. Where's the next fuel tanker? Is actually there. It's okay because the Minsk fuel tanker will sort of hold up this one. Kiev food shipping, fuel shipping. You're heading for St. Petersburg as well. That's fine, that's okay. Because the train will be in again. I don't think it's set to wait for a full load. There's a ridiculous amount of fuel waiting here. I'm not sure why everything is going to that. 569 stored. Try to ship more fuel. Okay, well you need to ship more fuel to these guys. I mean 172, that's kind of crap. But oh well. This train running fuel from Vladivostok. 350 gets a full load each time. I quite like this train. I like the colours, the grey and the green. So he's carrying 350, but there are a few of them. 3 to 4 to be exact. So these oil wells are going as fast as they can to try and load up these trains, but they seem to be working fine. So that's all the industry basically here, apart from the food trains. Also, they've been left the same. This grain train remains the same. This cow train, once the food train heading Alaska passes, we'll have a look at that. This also remains the same. We've got the Russian wagons. Finally, Russian wagons actually being used in Russia. And then we've got this, which is the Vladivostok Harbour food shuttle. So Aztec's food, has it actually got food? It has 61. Down to the harbour, and a ship takes it from here to Alaska. Lots of food waiting there. I've left this train running. I've just upgraded it and made it bigger. Running a forward and reverse facing Alco now, which seems to be working fine. It holds 360. 122 waiting there. The next ship is here with 145. I'll just make sure this is set to wait for a full load, which it is. Hopefully that ship will get in on time. In fact, we should have a look at this new Russian ship. The Oxalp does 19 miles per hour. This does 20. It carries basically everything. 500 of madness. Oh well. I should probably upgrade these trucks to something a bit more substantial. So we'll get set these to replace for... Fuck, this would be easier. Freight. These pick up fuel, please. Okay. Moscow Fuel Road 2. What about this guy in the back? Fuel Road 1. Replacement. Freight, please. Pick up fuel. Okay. Replace now, and yes. Right, these get to pick up 13 fuel. Away he goes. Now these trucks are faster and bigger. They kind of look like Urals, so hopefully they'll get rid of some of that. Yours Road 2, that's fine. Lots of fuel going to the station. SDP Fuel Harbour Shuttle. If we click on the potential here, potential is 2001. And it requires about 7,469. Oh well. Basically, in Russia we've got these trams, 2 different types of trams. We're running the German bus at the moment, and well, basically due to lack of the fact there is no Russian bus. So there's 2 different types of trams running around the Soviet Union and China and Japan. They've got the same sort of Russian trams as well. There was actually a new Russian tram came on the go. We've not actually used yet, but we will use it at some point. So Moscow to New York City Air, nae doing so good. Although Moscow to Reykjavik seems nae too bad. But that is pretty much it. Here's the food train. Did he get a full load? He did. That's pretty much it. I've been Danny Boy. We'll have a ride along on this guy. Jesus, that's loud. That's pretty much it. That's Russia's lines. I've been sorted and their vehicles sorted. I haven't added any on the new lines. I shall wait and I'll add the new lines in an episode. I want to do it during the rework. Although if it comes to America, I might be tempted to throw in some new lines. But I'll probably leave that for recording. But that's it for me. If you did actually watch this and you'd like to leave a like or comment, or if you're on any suggestions of how you'd like to see Russia turn out, then leave a comment, and if it's something worth looking at, I'll probably do it. Even if it's not something worth looking at, I probably still will do it. But if you'd like to see how this turns out, hit the subscribe button as well. I've been Danny Boy, this has been Transport Fever, and I will catch you later.